Hey everyone, my name is Nolo Grace and I am releasing my debut single April 9th. I'm super excited about it. I went to Beat Lab Academy in 2019. It was such a great experience going through the certification program, and actually my single is a collaboration also with someone at Beat Lab, Blake. So we worked on it together and we met through Beat Lab. Wake Up it's the first song that I wrote right after LA went into lockdown last year. And it was a time period that was just really uncertain for many of us. And Wake Up is really about me pursuing music, thinking about the corporate life that I had left behind, and me as my higher self speaking to sort of myself and giving the advice, to take a step back, not to worry about what other people think, and to pursue my goals for my own sake. I have always wanted to make music, and I sang, I played the piano, I had a lot of classical training. I was younger, but I was actually too scared and too discouraged to really pursue it. So I ended up working at a large global conglomerate. Then I ended up running one of their businesses, and I just kept kind of going and following the path that I thought I was meant to pursue in a way. I was very miserable. I traveled every single week. It was actually very lonely in a lot of ways to have so much responsibility, be so young, and really not have like the internal reserves to know how to handle that. Like, I was pushing myself so hard. I was just working like crazy, and I just kind of lost myself. And then at the point where I sort of hit like a breaking point and said, I don't want to do this anymore. I left my corporate career kind of behind. I left New York. I started traveling the world, one way ticket at a time. And it just started slowly. I started to sing a bit. Then I was playing the guitar, starting to write some songs. I ended up in LA. I thought I was going to be here for 2 months. And 1 year later, I decided, okay, I live here. And it was really during that period that I started to write more. And then I took a Logic class, then I did the Beat Lab certification, and it just kind of grew from that. The challenges, a lot of them are internal challenges. I think a lot of it is a lot of self-criticism or judgment, things like that at the beginning when I didn't really know what I was doing at all and really doubted myself. And so I think a lot of producing has been, and making music has really been a process of like self-acceptance in such an extreme way. So I really think a lot of it is the internal struggle, and having a community of people who are supportive and who believe in you, even when you don't believe in yourself sometimes, is really, really powerful. So I think like that's one big thing. I think that the second thing is just establishing a consistent practice can be tough sometimes too. Like, it's easy to get in your own patterns and your own ruts, if you will. Like, I had this practice for a while where I would wake up every morning at 6 a.m. and I would just, make music, and it was awesome. But I had a hard time actually finishing things and polishing them, getting them really finalized to a level that I felt good about. And it was just, the comfort zone was, okay, let's make another track the next day, versus let's finish this, let's polish this, let's really elevate. It's helped me to be part of different groups of like producer groups, where we're able to kind of share from just working with other people or just seeing how other people work. And I think that's actually really valuable. I've had some sessions with other producers where I just see how they work, and that workflow just completely changes my own workflow. Because of COVID, it's not like we really were in the same room creating the track. I had written the song, and actually it was Yuda who who suggested to me to get a rapper on the song. And so, I kind of asked around, and I had this other opportunity to work with Sean Kingston like over a year ago that just didn't end up happening. And so when Yuta made that suggestion, I just reached out to the engineer who I know, who works with Sean, and asked if, he might want to be on the track, and got a response back that yes. And pretty much it just like everything aligned where Sean Kingston was already in LA, and it was like my birthday week too. So it was just kind of an interesting set of circumstances where things just happened so quickly. So I had the song, and he went in and he wrote his verse and recorded it. I got it back, and I just thought it sounded amazing, and it actually made me change my verse, my delivery, because the prior version was much more like ambient and dreamy and more I think less of like a pop song in a lot of ways. So when I got his version back, it just influenced me to just change the song to match that. So it was great. Yeah, I'm excited to talk about that. So 2 collaborators on this track. One is Blake. He is also a Beat Lab alum. So we we worked on like the initial track together. And then I took it and I added like more, produced it out a little further. I wrote the song, and then my husband actually, Martin Wave, who's the producer, he kind of helped elevate the production and just finalize it. He just also put out his solo project under Lars Martin at the end of March. He's been producing since he was 10 years old, and he's really well established, and he's been making music for other people forever. And, movie trailers and in the pop world and working with big artists, but he's never put out something that's his own, just like his own solo project. So he and I are both doing that kind of at the same time, which is super cool. I'm just really excited for this year. I make a lot of different kinds of music, so I feel like this is just a start. And this is one project for me, Nolo Grace. A lot of the music that I'm going to release this year under Nolo Grace is really about my process of kind of personal transformation that's really coming through in the music. I have a couple of singles that will be out over the course of the year. I've made so much music over the last year that I think there's like an album in it too, and I just have so many ideas all the time for different things that I can put out there. What's important to me is that the music has a good message, and I think that's really what I'm trying to share. I think production-wise, I'm always trying to become a better producer. I love like layering my own vocals. I know what I'm hearing in my head, and I can't always translate that as quickly when I'm trying to play something. So I'll just use my voice, and I've like learned to embrace that. So I love that part of the process. Go into different realms. Like I want to make dance music too, and I want to do some things that are more like classical. And like I love the stuff that like Jesse from Beat Lab puts out there, like installation music and sound design. So I'm just excited about how this can help my current project, but also like for new projects too. My debut single, Wake Up, comes out on Spotify on April 9th. So I hope you'll check it out. Thank you.